What's up, losers? This is Leetcode number 26, remove duplicates from a sorted array. Given an integer array num sorted in non-decreasing order, remove the duplicates in place such that each unique element appears only once. The relative order of the elements should be kept the same. Return the number of unique elements in nums. Okay, so what is this question asking, first of all, right? This is saying, say we have like an array, we just need to know how many unique elements k there are. Let's just say it's k, right? And then we're returning that number of unique elements, right? And then the other thing that we need to do is keep the order in place, right? So say we have like 0, 0, 1, 1, 2. The order would still need to be the same, right? We still need to have 0, 1, 2, not like 1, 2, 0 or something stupid like that. You also might be asking, what the heck is a non-decreasing array? It's just a decrease or an increasing array, right? It's really simple to think about, right? If you had like 1, 1, 2, that's valid. But if you had like 1, 0, 1, that's not valid, right? So it's going to be increasing, but there will be duplicates. That's all that means. So let's kind of think about some intuition behind this problem, right? So let's say that we had a bunch of random elements. One way that we could go about this is through a method called two pointers. You are going to see this method like a lot in DSA practice, and here's how it might go in this scenario, right? So you're going to have one pointer generally for like information, at least in this case, and another pointer to iterate through the list. There's some times where you're going to have pointers iterate through like both of them in different directions, but this is probably the most simple setup. Is one for information, the other for iterating. So let's kind of think about how this works, right? Let's say you have a pointer I. This pointer is going to tell you how many unique elements there are, right? This I is going to be our k. So if we start I at index 1, right? This 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? If we start I here, we know there's going to be one unique element, right? You're going to be like, oh, why didn't you start I at element 0, right? Because it doesn't work like that. So you might think that's weird, but I'll show you in a second why it's not. If we have another pointer j, we could iterate through the list, and then we could retrieve like the next unique value and then set our current I to this unique value. So let's kind of go through and like see how this would work. So let's say we have our pointer j iterate through the list, and we should be comparing it to I minus 1, right? And I'll show you why. In our first iteration, right, let's compare j to I. If we compare j to I, they're both 0, right? They're both going to be the same. And you're going to have two non-unique elements in the list because they're going to both be 0. But if we compare it to I minus 1, right, then you're going to see that they're both equal, right? And it will work. So let's kind of go through this. If we compare j to I minus 1 originally, we're going to see they're both the same. Let's just increment j then. Okay, now j is at 1. Let's compare 1 to I minus 1, which is 0. We see that 0 and 1 are not the same. We should change our current value of I, not I minus 1, to 1. Now that we did that, we should increment I. So now I is at index 2. And we should also increment j. We see j is 1. We compare this to I minus 1, which is now also 1 right here. And we'll see that 1 is equal to 1, so we're going to do nothing and increment j. Now we have j here. Let's do the same. And you'll see that I minus 1 is not equal to 2, right? So we should set I, our current I, equal to 2. Move on. So we'll have I here. We'll increment j. We're going to see j is the same. We're going to increment it. And we see 3. We're going to compare I minus 1, which is 2, right? And we're going to set our current I, which is this one, at index 3. It's actually going to be equal to 3. And j is done through the list, right? And now we'll see I is at index 3. And then we're going to return that number. Or I will increment one more time because we found a unique number, sorry. So actually I will be at 4. Okay, now let's put that into some code, right? So we started I at 1, right? And then we could run a simple for loop, right, for j in nuns. Let's actually not use that. Let's use range because we also want to start at 1. And we're going to go through the length of numbers. We're going to say if nums I minus 1 is not equal to j, we are going to set I equal to j. Oh my god, I can't type. Right, and then we're going to increment it, right? Same idea. We're gonna have our j, we're gonna compare it to I minus 1. If it's not equal to each other, we're gonna set I equal to j, and then we're gonna increment I. And then at the end, we're just gonna return I, right? So if you can see, you have your j iterating through, it doesn't matter what happens, the j is always gonna iterate. If you strike on a different number, your I is gonna iterate, and the I is gonna be set to the j. So let's test our code and see if it works. Cool. Beats 100% of people. That's not true. All right, cool.